Hello guys, welcome to another interesting video of spoken English. See, I know you all want to speak the fluent English, but then to get that we first need practice, which is the first step to do anything else. To begin with, one of the most important things we should learn when we are learning any new language are the general vocabularies, the words that are used. Today we are going to learn some of the useful synonyms. Yes, but not synonyms, but synonyms. Remember, we have to move on together with pronunciations. That's one of the most important things when we are learning a new language. So let's begin. One thing more I would like to remind you guys is whenever you're speaking, try to avoid using the word very in most of your sentences, because very shows a degree, the extent to which we want to express an emotion or feeling or any happening. So instead of using the word very, I have some synonyms that would replace that. So let's begin with, for example, very interesting. Very interesting. A synonym for this is fascinating. Very open. That's transparent. Very honest. Now you see, there's some words in English language where the H is silent, and honest is one of those words. Not all words, but some of those words. So very honest, straightforward, very poor, destitute, very rich, wealthy, very scared, terrified or petrified, very intelligent, brilliant, very angry, furious or indignant, very tired, exhausted, very important, crucial, very cute, adorable. So I'm sure and I hope next time when you are talking about synonyms and you want to express one of these words, you wouldn't use the word very, rather you would use these words which are more impressive. The next thing we would learn today is another simple thing which we started in one of my earlier videos. Again, that's about pronunciations. It's simple, but it's very, very important. You see, what happens is when you try to learn English through Hindi or any other language, this is impossible. You cannot keep on just translating or transliterating another language into English. Let's learn English through English. If I keep on translating everything for you, you're not getting English. You're only getting the version changed from Hindi into English. So until and unless you study and learn it completely in English, you will not be able to speak fluently. You will always depend on a translation in Hindi. The best thing to do is to note down the new words you come across. The rest are just the prepositions, conjunctions and pronouns that you're already used to and you're familiar with. So these new words that you would note down, gradually you learn them, you learn where to use them, and once you know the meaning, you will always know a situation, in which sentence, in which context it has to be used. So try to learn it in English. Do not depend on translations, else you will be left with bits of the language only. So let's master some more difficult words. The first one we have is direct. Direct. Second one is sweet. Sweet. Third, suit or suit. Suit or suit. The fourth one is private. Fifth, privacy. Now, one more thing you will observe, some of these words, when you try to listen to them, maybe through Collins online dictionary, you would get the pronunciations as private and privacy. Yeah, that's the difference because of the UK and US English we make use of. But here in India, we preferably use private and privacy. Then sixth, we have environment. Environment. Seventh, we have okay, now this is another word I have come across. People often pronounce the D as education, but it's not education. It's pronounced with J, which is education. Education. Next, we have another word that has two pronunciations. The first one is when we use the C as a K, that would be schedule. Schedule. And the second one, we use it as a sh, as schedule. They're both correct, don't be confused. Next, we have presentation. Presentation. The S here will be pronounced with a Z voice. That would be presentation. And the next one we have is advertise. Now this also has two pronunciations, and this we can use as advertisement or advertisement. They're both correct. Another interesting part of our module today is going to be some of the formal and informal ways of saying three different phrases. Now these phrases are how are you, okay, and what. Okay, what comes as in a question, okay comes when we're accepting something, and how are you, of course we are all aware of that. But then let's look at the different ways it can also be used. So the first one we begin with is how are you in different ways, and these are all mostly informal ways. So the first one is how is it going, how is it going. Then how have you been, how have you been. Now look at one thing, how have is two words. That have can also be written as ve with an apostrophe, so the pronunciation of this will be a bit like faster. The first one is how have you been, and when we are using a ve it will be how have you been. How's everything, how are things moving. How are you doing, how you doing. What's going on, what's new with you, and what's up. What's up is one of the most common ones that we use informally. Yeah, they all mean the same thing, that how we are and what's up with us and what's new and what have you been up to. Okay, they all mean the same things. So instead of using the boring how are you all the time, try and use any of these ones. I think you would learn something new. Now another word we can use in different ways is okay. Okay, so sometimes formally we can use it's all right. Other informally casual we can make use of sure. Then we have roger that. Now roger that also means that yeah, sure, okay. Fourth is by all means. Fifth, certainly. Certainly is a formal way. Sounds good is also a formal way. For sure. Then we have cool and got it. These are some formal and informal ways of saying okay. Please do practice them and try to bring them into your daily conversations. Then the next one we have is a question. Okay, the what question, the what word. How do we use that in a different way? Now it depends on where it's being used. For example, someone says something and you don't hear it properly and you want that person to repeat it. So instead of just asking like what, now that doesn't seem really polite. So instead we can use the word pardon me. That means like kindly repeat yourself. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get you, I didn't hear you. Also you can use excuse me. That would actually also sort of similarly mean that yeah, I didn't get you, repeat it. Then could you repeat it please. What, another word for this, another phrase for this will be sorry, I don't understand. Okay, someone tells you a story and you don't understand it, you can easily just like say sorry, I don't understand. What was that? Come again please, I don't get it. Now you see they are lengthier, there are 2 to 3 words, but they all have the similar meanings as what, and in a way they're more polite. And the most important thing here is you're gonna learn something new instead of just using the WH word what. Okay, do practice them. I'm sure it would make a difference. Now let's see some important words that can be replaced from the formal and informal ways. So the first one we begin with is hungry. Informally we can use the word hungry like I am hungry, but when you want to make use of it in a formal situation you can use the word famished. Famished. So as such we have a list of those informal words and along with them the synonyms that are informal terms. So let's begin with this. Hungry, famished, childish, immature, maybe, perhaps, good, positive, give, provide, stubborn, obstinate, danger, peril, put off, postpone, here, present, help, assist, start, commence, tough, difficult, sorry, apologize, tell, inform, need, require, ask, request, check, verify, so, therefore, choose, select, say no, reject, buy, purchase. I have a very longer list of these words, but this is most of the generally used ones. Do study these words. If you don't know the meaning of any of them, you can easily check any good Oxford dictionary. You see, in the earlier videos I mentioned that whenever you want to make use of a dictionary, use an Oxford dictionary. Why? Because not all dictionaries give proper meanings, proper pronunciations, and proper contexts. We depend more on those that are like the Oxford ones. And one thing more, if you observe, some of these dictionaries that are written by maybe just some learned personnels, they don't really give more than one synonyms, but a good Oxford dictionary will provide you with synonyms, 2-3 different contexts, how they can be used. They will also provide you with example sentences, how and where they can be used, because there are a lot of words in English that have the same pronunciation, same spelling, but different meanings. I shall post that in the next video when we discuss about homographs, homonyms. Okay, that's also a very interesting topic. Now, the next thing in this module, before we conclude, I would like to just give you an example of a simple conversation. Okay, so let's have that quickly. For example, hi, how have you been? Hello, I'm great. And you? Oh, I'm good. So what's new with you? Well, nothing much. Been busy with studies. Ah, that's good. See you. Okay, see you. So you see, this is a very simple introduction. If you meet a friend and you kind of say hi, hello and everything, and then you ask what's new with you. You know, what's new with you here simply reflects that what are you doing, or what have you been doing, or what have you been busy with. What's there new with you? And you say that, yeah, nothing much, we've just been busy with studies. Okay, some people will just answer this question with one word, studies or books. Well, that's not really interesting, that's also boring and really not impressive, and you're not going to learn anything new in that. So I believe that along with our fluency in English language, we're also going to observe our pronunciations, and learning new words is one of the most important thing. Once you make your vocabulary strong, just get it that you're learning the language. Okay, so any new word you come across, please do note it down, check out the meanings. That's the fastest way to learn. Try and use them in your daily conversations. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and we'll meet in the module 2. Thank you.